Well, well, well. Hi, people. Thank you for being here. We are back. How are you, Harry?
Impromptu recording.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I'm
just,
I'm 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 getting him on this one, guys. I
yeah,
haven't shared I haven't shared the presentation with Harry yet. I wanna see his reaction. It's not going to be a very long podcast today. Harry's in the middle of finishing one that hopefully we're going to get out in the next couple of days. But since the Chinese New Year, my schedule's changed. So it's my schedule and Harry's schedule are not good friends at the minute. So we're struggling to keep doing two a week. But it'll only be for another few weeks. So right, let me get straight into this, Harry.
so I'm eating my dinner for the night, and
Wonderful.
Nigel says, "Let's do a recording."
Yeah.
And of course, I obliged him, and I said, "Sure thing."
Well, you just got in from work, bro. I know. All right. So there is, I think it's one of the first videos I ever put up on this channel called What is Reality? If you just click on the channel, it's the first one in the top left-hand corner. It's only about 3 minutes long. It's certainly worth watching. But, what is real? I love this. I was ready to quit alcohol. Then I saw how happy it was to see me. How can I leave that smile? Now, if that's the kind of excuse that I love. Yeah. All right. Now, after we did the last podcast, guys, 108, a couple of days later, I had another little download and I should have included it. So let me just throw this in first. We talked about the time, and half the times and half the time being
Yeah.
350 years, which takes us to 2016, 216 being the product of 666, right? Then I said if we had 10 more years, the end of times, takes us to 2026, which is 360 years after 1666, and 360 represents the full circle. 2026 reduces to 226 equals 10 equals 1. 1 is the beginning. And then I had this amazing thought. If we remove the added 1,000 years, 2026 2026 reduces to 1, which means the beginning. But if we remove the added 1,000 years, we get 1026, and 1 plus 2 plus 6 is 9. 9 represents the end. So 2026, not only 360 years or 360 degrees in the circle, it also represents 1 and 9 being the beginning and the end. So all eyes on that. All right. So what is real? I'm sure you've seen this, Harry. I think I sent it to you.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, if you're driving or just listening, just you need to look at some of these. Absolutely insane. Yeah. Came across this as well. Harvest Energy. Well, there you go. This is in the UK. This is a petrol station, fuel gas station, whatever you want to call it. And it's even got the monarch butterfly. I mean, you can't make this shit up. Harvest Energy. And that fits in very, very nicely with that beautiful Tartarian building, which is what they were designed to do, what they were built for, was to harvest free energy. This is the latest bomb shelter, by the way, guys, just in case you're worried. Okay, so this is in the news at the moment. This is the Ukrainian flag, blue and yellow. And what I noticed is all the way through the last 2 years, we have had blue and yellow. Yellow in the background, yellow bins, blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow, all the way through, blue and yellow. But of course, none of this is scripted, guys. It's all, it just
Random.
happens. Yeah, it's just completely random. I love this. I sent this to you, Harry, didn't I? And you didn't quite get it. It takes a minute. I am not what you think I am. You are what you think I am.
Yep.
That is beautiful. You come to earth to get to know your soul, not to sell it. And this one tickled me. Lost.
Yep. I love that one too. That was wonderful.
Now, you know, we all, everybody watching this will remember, you know, this from our childhood. Spot the difference, right? Spot the differences. Well, here's the adult version of spot.
Yeah.
Spot the difference.
Well, that's easy.
Well, sometimes it's easier than this. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Absolutely. I actually watched a short documentary on the guy in the top left, and it basically, what they're claiming is that he was executed in 2010, and the bottom left was removed in 2016 because he would have beaten the witch. Whether or not that's true, I don't know, but clearly they are not the same. Draw your own conclusions. All right, so this is the bit that I'm going to see what Harry thinks of. There are 14 books that have been removed from the KJV Bible, and there is the list of them. Okay, you can. I just typed in what are the 14 books removed from the Bible, and this is what they're telling us. Now we've all heard we've all heard of the Bible code, Harry, the hidden code in the Bible. Well, I haven't gone through these yet, apart from 2 Ezra, and I think that this is the code. I think in these books are where we're going to find the code, and I'm going to give you a little reason. This is in the NIV, okay, but Obadiah is not in the KJV, but it is in the New International Translation. Let's start at number 3. I will make you small among the nations. You will be utterly despised. The pride of your heart has deceived you, you who live in the clefts of the rocks and make your home on the heights, who say to yourself, who can bring me down to the ground? Well, here's the kicker, Harry. Though you soar like an eagle and make your nest among the stars, from there I will bring you down. Can we just read that again? Just for a sec. Though you soar like the eagle and make your nest among the stars, from there I will bring you down. You make your nest among the stars. The eagle has landed. The eagle has landed. I mean, who took that photo? If that's the first guy, you know, on the moon, then you know I would have to ask, or any sensible person would have to ask, is who took the photo. But I think that's very, 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 very interesting when we consider what is going on right now. Though you soar like the eagle and make your nest among the stars, from there I will bring you down. Make your nest among the stars. The eagle has landed. Thoughts, bro?
I think that's a great connection. A lot of people, a lot of the people in the Christian community will not have known about those books, because those books are I think most of those books are in the Catholic Bible. But in order to actually see that text, you have to be, you know, look, the other forms of Christianity have pretty much ostracized the Catholic Church as being the evil church. And initially they had those texts in there. But of course, infiltrated by the Jesuits, they then got rid of them too, maybe in more modern translations. But yeah, we're not going to know those texts if you're going to a regular evangelical, like a born again, one of those branches of Christian churches.
Yeah. Well, this information is pretty new to me, so I'm going to spend the next few days having a look at those quote unquote removed books, and see what little nuggets I can find. I do that, guys, so you don't have to. I've got
Or
plenty of time. Yeah.
or for you to then go and check and make sure Nigel's telling you the
Yeah,
truth.
absolutely. But that book of Obadiah, that is in the NIV, the New English, New International version. It's not in the KJV. Now, the eagle, I heard that the eagle is a three-headed eagle. Okay, metaphorically, and the three heads represent the Vatican, Washington D.C., and the London, the city of London, finance, military, and religion. There's your the three-headed eagle, and you notice how prominent the eagle is in some of these flags and the symbology and so on and so forth. So what it's basically saying is that Washington is the first head to be chopped off, and I think we're beginning to see signs of that happening. You know what I mean? So it's all. I mean, look, none of it is prophesied. I mean, people say, "Oh, it's biblical prophecy." It's a script. We're living in a script. Everything we're living in a scripted reality. You know, it's easy to predict the end of the movie if you wrote the movie, right? Or easy to predict what's going to happen at the end of the book if you wrote the book.
Well, you know how the scripts are written to the point where they can elicit emotions from the audience. All right. So for you to be watching a cartoon, so to speak, and then see the two characters on the screen that are pen and ink, and then that makes you cry.
Yeah.
I mean, that's magic in itself. But yes, you'll see a lot of times you'll be watching a movie and you'll say, "Oh, that character is so smart." Come on, an author wrote those words into that character.
Yeah.
He's not really any smarter than anybody else, but they mesmerize you with these, with the writing.
They're done to engage your emotions. I mean, how many times do you see someone watching a horror film like this? You know what I mean? Oh my God, we get scared, or people get scared watching horror films. They get emotionally involved. It's easy to get emotionally involved with a movie. Well, life is a movie. There's no different. You're either watching it on the screen or you're experiencing it in what we laughingly call real life. You're a character in a movie. You know, you got two choices. You're either going to be an extra in someone else's movie, or you're gonna be the one of the main characters in your own movie.
Yeah,
which is
and like we saw in the Superb Owl Super Bowl, they want one side to be cheering and roaring, and you want the others to be booing and angry. So the bottom line is they're winning on both ends. So same with movies.
Yeah, absolutely, and people get obsessed. It's crazy. I was listening to Adam earlier from the Illusion channel, and he was talking about one particular guy. I'm not going to mention his name, but this guy is obsessed with masonry. Right? He's called Adam a Mason. Right? He had the audacity, guys, to send me an email and basically say, "Oh, you're in China, Harry's in California, so that's CC, so you must be Masons." Right? So I sent him a polite email. Words on a screen have no intonation. So I said, "Look, bro, let me just ask you outright, what is your obsession with Masons?" And his reply was, "Only a Mason would ask that question." Yeah, only a Mason would ask that question. Don't contact me again. I'm like, well, hang on, you contacted me. And then Adam's talking about this same dude on his most recent podcast and saying that he's now calling him a Mason as well. people, oh, it's the Jesuits, it's the Masons, it's this, it's that. Yeah, they're all playing their part, just the same as, you know, Harry, you and I play our part in the movie, and everybody watching this is playing their part in the movie. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, look at the president of Ukraine. I mean, he was an actor, openly admitted he was an actor playing the president of the Ukraine, and now he's the president of the Ukraine. I mean, it's a joke. The whole thing is just it's a divine comedy. If people can't see it, um, I don't know what else to say, Harry. I really don't.
Well, it's all about how you're going to react to this reality that you're in.
Mm.
Are you going to freak out and then slip on the banana peel and end up right back here again and just hate everything? Or are you going to react with calm, cool, and collected and figure out what the best way to get out versus fighting and getting stuck and then recycled back in? So
Yeah.
what I'm working on right now, like you alluded to earlier, is I have, like you said, let's break down what was the mechanism that we went through to get to understand what our higher self is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's what I'm working. I'm probably about halfway done with it now.
Okay.
And you know, it's a long journey. You know, it's not something where one day the light switch went on and that was it.
No.
You know, it's a lot of things. So
No.
I'm working on it right now, and I know you're going to do yours, and let's compare notes. I bet you we're going to come from two different, completely different methods. You know,
absolutely, absolutely. But I don't think it matters if we come from, you know, if we're coming from different different angles on this. It's the fact that the result is the same. You know what I mean, you know, there are people out there who understand what we call the dark night of the soul, but have never actually undergone the dark night of the soul. Personally, and this is just my own opinion, I think it's necessary in order to be fully awake to go through the dark night of the soul. Yeah, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Not that I have any.
Yeah, well,
it's horrible. It's absolutely fucking horrible.
It's been said that the best lessons are some of the most painful ones that you're going to go through, because the painful lessons are the ones you really learn from, and they have what's called staying power.
It's akin to losing the person that you love most in the world. The devastation that you feel, the mourning that you feel, the agony, the pain, and the anguish that you feel. It's like losing a loved one, not just a loved one, someone that you love more than anything. It's like a bereavement, you know. It's horrible. It really is horrible. But at the same time, I think it's necessary, you know, for a lot of people in order to fully understand the depth of the lies and deception that we've had forced down our throats since birth, pretty much. Yeah, not since birth, but certainly since we started school. You know?
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, look, as I say, it's not particularly long one today. I just wanted to get that out there and let you know that we're still here, still alive. And we will get one out. Well, when Harry, as soon as you finished your presentation on how you got in contact with your higher self, then we'll make a time and we'll get that recorded and get that out as well. Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right. So again, thanks for being with us. Oh, guys, things are still getting a bit shitty when it comes to connections and so on and so forth. So this is the VPN that Harry and I both use. You can basically route your connection through any of these cities or these countries to keep yourself protected, stop people from knowing what you're doing. $70 a year. We get 30% off, and so do you. Link is always in the description, but not the description, the show notes. So we haven't mentioned that for a while, but it's getting increasingly important. I think that that more and more people actually start to use one of these. I've used it for 5 years. It's the best one. I've used Virtual Shield and some of the others, but you know, for some reason this one seems the best one so far. So 30% off for you, 30% off for me and Harry. So that's the deal. We don't make anything. I'm not interested in monetizing or any of that kind of shit. So
That's right.
All right, guys. So we'll leave it there. Again, thanks for being here. Share the love, share the content, like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.